We started at the very beginning of the book with Frère Jacques, putting that very simple melody in our mind's ear, and then trying to play it on the saxophone, matching what we were singing in our mind. As we've gotten more fluent with the language of jazz, hopefully you've been doing that every day, and you started to see that is a skill, it's a muscle that you can get in shape and use every day, and have it get better and better and faster and faster. We've also talked about using that same method to learn the melody of a song as you're starting to learn the song for the first time. And then I use the same method when I'm learning something, when I'm adding something to my vocabulary from the jazz tradition. So I think the principles are already in place, and I'll just demonstrate one more facet of this process. So I figured Hank Mobley would probably be a good source for a pretty line. I've been studying him for my entire life, and he never ceases to come up with beautiful stuff, even though he's passed a long time ago. His playing never ceases to fascinate me, put it that way. Soul Station is one of my favorite records of his. I've worked on a couple of the solos from this record, but I never did do If I Should Lose You. So I started to listen to Hank, and I didn't do this, in the video, so you didn't have to watch me listening for something. But I listened along to his solo for a little ways until I heard him play something that I thought, oh, that's something I'd like to know what that is. I'd like to add that to my playing. So I found it. This is in If I Should Lose You at around 106 in the track, and we'll play it. And what I'm going to do is listen, try to sing exactly what I hear in my mind's ear. I'll probably do it out loud. I might whistle because I tend to be able to do that quickly. And then I'm going to see if I can play that directly into the saxophone. And until I can, I'm going to search for it in time. That's something I've heard many times before, but I really like what he connects it with in the next part of the phrase. So I'm going to try to learn this whole phrase a chunk at a time. Okay, got it the second time. The first note I played was a half step off. Unfortunately you couldn't see that in the video, but I kept my foot tapping, and I waited a few beats and then counted myself in time and tried to get it in time. 1, 2, 3, And now let's listen to the next thing he plays and see if we can put the whole phrase together. Oh do bo e da do da, bo do da de da do da. I cheated a little bit. I didn't put that in time because I thought I had it. Two, one. Okay, that's the idea. If I make a mistake, I start it again in time and try to play the whole thing. Let's put a little more of it together. Now I have to listen a little bit further, see how much I want to try to get. I think that's what he played. 1, 2. Nope, don't have it. I was gonna go to play it, and I felt a moment of doubt, realized I didn't have it really clear in my mind what he did, So I tested it by singing. If I can't sing it, it doesn't even make sense to try to play it on the saxophone. See what I mean? So let's listen one more time, and then I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I'm trying to show the process as I actually do it. Okay, and then the next step that I'll do is take that thing that I just learned and try to improvise with it a little bit. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, And if I'm in a situation with a student where we're learning something together, we'll pass that phrase back and forth. We'll learn to sing it together, learn to play it in time, and then we'll improvise, throwing it back and forth in time and challenging each other to play it slightly differently each time. Okay? After I've done that work with my ears, then I'll go in and find out exactly what the changes were, where I heard a phrase that I liked, and I'll do the analysis and learn more about what the context is, and that will give me some more ideas about what other harmonic choices I might have at my disposal to modify what I just learned. Okay, so that's how I add a piece of vocabulary to my playing, and I, generally speaking, just try to spend some time doing that process each day. I don't necessarily try the next day to play that thing that I learned exactly the way Hank Mobley played it. I'm more concerned with listening for something that turns my ear on and then learning how to play that thing. And through that process, I'm gradually getting better and better at hearing things that turn my ear on and delivering them through the saxophone. Give it a try.